Hi, all. This is Dr. J String live from Long Island, New York, where the weather is drizzly, rainy, cold. Doesn't feel like May, feels like beginning of April, late March. But tomorrow will be one more bad day, and then we'll get out of it. The market had a very nice day. CVM and athx in particular were nice movers. And I want to talk a lot about CVM tonight. I have a lot to say. So all you CVMers, come on down. Jake will be here in a second. He always seems to have technical glitches from Medellin, Colombia. So here comes some people. Dave from Carmel, California. Magnificent answer. Alex, Linda. It is exciting, Linda. Linda's getting excited. I like that. Kamal, when in doubt by CVM. Thumbs up to Kamal. Sean Jan. Hello, everyone. Cabinet guy. From the Green Mountain States, go CVM. Wet Wave made it. Good evening, Wet Wave. Wet Wave was telling me that he always forgets or something to come on live. So I was telling.
I'm on.
Very good. I'm really keen on the move CVM made today over close above 14. Very, very technical.
Mm-hmm.
I also like the prospects of it beating that 10%. I went over every possible scenario, not every possible scenario, but so many. I went over 4 likely scenarios today. And I can't come up with less than 15% beat, realistically. So what I'm worried about is, despite all my figures and very conservative figures, you always got to worry that what if it's 9.9% or something like that? I can't see it.
Yeah, then we'll lose their money. But I think it beats too. Of course, going into data readouts season, as I would call it for CVM, you're always going to get nervous.
Everybody has a prediction. You know something? That's very likely because the first worst case scenario I looked at, I got about a 33% beat on the worst case. But then I had other worst cases that were worse. And by the way, I could show my work, but if anybody's interested, I'll just share my Google Drive document with them. So if you're interested in seeing my work, just send me a DM, right? DM, and I'll put the link into the DM for you.
Yeah, have I seen this? This is not the Fosco one, right? This is your own Excel sheet?
My own work.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Of course. You've been withholding this from us, Dr. J.
No, I just did it today.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to see it.
I've done some back of the envelope type calculations earlier, but this was more in depth. And I also did some research to try to figure out why it took so long to arrive at 298. And one of the only ways is a very large, relatively large dropout rate. Now, I looked at the internet and actually came up with an abstract that talked about dropout rates. And the claim there was that it's not that unusual to hit 20% or even more dropout rate. It happens about 18% of the time. So if that's the case, that would go a long way to explaining it. And it could be an uneven dropout rate, meaning more people from the standard of care arm dropped out then percentage-wise from the multi-key arm, or the other way around. So I looked at both of those cases separately. And then I also looked at what if it's an equal 20% each, how would the numbers look? So I looked at those three, and then I think I looked at 15 and 10 dropouts, and then reversed it, 15% multi-con dropout, and then I reversed it, 15% SOC. And then I went to 20 and 20, and I think the worst of my worst cases might have been 20 and 20 or something like that, where I get 15%, assuming a very conservative number of 50% deaths or events in the standard of care. That's very conservative because that's after 3 years and known results of 55%. So I'm being ultra conservative going to 50%. And then on top of everything else, it's not 3 years, it's more like 3.5 since the last patient was dosed. And what about all those that were dosed prior to that? The average length of time for people that have been dosed till now is probably more like 4.5 years. I don't know that number for sure, but I'm guessing. So there's so many variables, it's incredible, but I'm liking it. I'm liking the chances more and more the more I think about it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And I haven't hedged by buying puts, but considering the prices, I'm not going to at this point.
You're not doing it. Oh wow! So
I'm going to go all in, ballsy, Dr. J.
Holy cow! Interesting. Okay, this is new development.
New development is I'm feeling more optimistic than ever before.
Okay, so I mean, I did the math myself. If you're, I mean, and this is not investment advice for anyone, so that's good.
No, first of all, everyone has to do their own due diligence. We don't give investment advice. We just share our own ideas. I talk about what I'm going to be doing. I'm not telling anybody what they should be doing. In fact, I listen to them more than they listen to me. I've gotten some great ideas from Lynn and a lot of people. So I've actually benefited from doing this show in numerous ways.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of smart people out there other than Dr. J. Dr. J listens.
Yeah, you do. You do. Yeah.
I listen.
We met some good friends on this show.
Very good friends. Godfather Frazier knows his stuff. Mark knows his stuff. Everybody knows their stuff. There are no people who are chatting with us know from what
Why did you highlight that comment?
An accident.
Dave from Carmel is a good guy.
I meant to put Dave from Carmelo.
Yeah. Dave from Carmel, go away. No,
Dave from Carmel, go away. So says Mark. But I think I believe he's teasing.
Yeah, he's
everybody on the board are very friendly with each other.
Yeah. So, okay. So,
yes, let me answer, Dave. I am confident. Doesn't mean I'll be right, but I'm confident. I'm also prepared to lose everything. I told that to Jake the other day. I've gone broke before, and if it happens, so be it. I'll turn the page.
Yeah. So, two things. I'll add my 2 cents here on how I'm feeling. But the first thing is that we actually lost money on the same stock.
Yep.
So we actually did not know this until yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
You could say it. You could say the stock.
Yeah, it's Duran. It was Duran. I mean, I had Duran. I mean, I remember that like it was yesterday. I don't remember you. I didn't know you back then, but yeah, I mean, it was 2 weeks before the continuation decision from J&J. They posted a job posting on a website saying they need a pricing analyst for the drug for Johnson and Johnson. Stock price went up 45%.
Let's not go into details. The pain is still coming back.
All right. My point is, it was one of the largest shenanigans in the game. Okay,
a lot of red herrings.
Yeah, we lost money there. So see, we will admit our losses. We lost money on Duran.
Yep, absolutely.
So CVM, here's. I appreciate it. Your confidence. It actually makes me feel better. I'm also very confident in CVM. I believe the data will be positive based on what we've seen in phase 2, and obviously the trial, going on longer than it was originally expected. With that being said, I still think this is either a stock where you lose all your money or you make. So the stock price is at 14 something. I think 8x, 8 to 10x. So lose all your money or make close to 10x, right?
I think there's an in between also. So I disagree with you there.
Oh yeah, see, that's the only thing we disagree on. I actually think it's either all or nothing for this one.
I don't. So what if it's 10.8%? Is that going to be a 10 timer?
Yeah, it could. Okay, here's my odds. I think 70% positive, 20% negative, 10% right in the middle, right? So of course there's a universe where I think we could, be at 8, 9, 10. That could happen. I'm not banking on that. I'm banking on either one or the other. So if that's what I'm betting on, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to buy insurance on this. That's my strategy, right? So it's either I 8x my money or I lose 10% of my money, which is not a bad bet.
It's going to cost you plenty, that insurance.
It will, and actually buying it was very painful. It felt very wrong buying insurance. It felt so wrong, But if we are successful, I won't even remember that I bought insurance. It will seem like a drop.
That's true.
So, yeah, it felt so bad. I'm telling you, buying insurance. They're so expensive, the premium. But I am very, very confident.
They're still at it. They from Carmel and Mark are at it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I want to put something else on. CVM is hiring. Now, what the hell does that mean? And that's the kind of signals we got with Geron that meant nothing.
Well, with Geron, it was a false signal. So I think they purposely posted that job posting, and they knew that Johnson & Johnson wasn't going to continue with the drug, and that was a scam, right? Now, Arunia posted some positions weeks and months before the data readout, and that was a success. So it just depends, right? I mean,
also, I don't believe Gad's plan is to take this to market. No way, no how. So his plan is to sell it to the highest bidder. So hiring is immaterial to me.
Yeah, immaterial, and the company has to proceed like business as usual, one way or another. Yeah.
Trying to get other people's comments. I don't know that the number of dropouts. I think that's more the IDMC. I think if the IDMC felt that it would bias the results, too many dropouts, they would have intervened. I'm not sure that it's Ergomed. I don't know the answer to that, Russ, but
Yeah, that's a good question.
10% is a low number. I suspect more than 10%, definitely. My lowest I looked at 4 cases. One of them was 10 and 15% skewed, so that would be 12.5% total, and that's the lowest I got in my sample. I think it's somewhere between 12% and 22%. So I'm going to discount Russ's comment, although he may be right. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just that considering the length of time that this study took, it doesn't seem right to me. That's why.
Yeah, that's a good question, Dale. I'm going to go with the DMC being the one to.
Yeah. You want to take that one, Jake?
Yeah, I'm in. It's in Medellin, Colombia. I'm still here. Airports are closed, so I can't go home. I've been here. I was supposed to be here for 2 months until COVID happened. They shut down the entire country. All airports were closed, so I've been here for 5 months. And I'm wearing a headband because I can't go outside and get a haircut. So it's martial law here.
I think it's going to happen 4 to 5 weeks from now. Yeah, that's about right. We see the
So we should talk about this. So Zach gave us a pretty positive article today, right? That was nice. They said that they're optimistic on the data being positive, but it did say they think it's 2 to 3 months. I think it'll be before that. The CRO on their website said it will usually take up to 21 days until they're done, doing their process. So I have to look into that a little bit more to see what's actually the time frame, right? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, 2 to 3 months seems way too long. What for? Why 2 to 3 months? What are they going to do with it? Play with it? What are they going to do with it? Analyze it every which way? Even then, it's not 2 to 3 months.
Yeah,
it's way too long. Now,
correct me if I'm wrong. So once the CRO is done and they give the data back, the databases, everything back to CVM, they have to disclose it within a certain amount of time, right? I mean, it's like 4 days.
I don't know what the regulatory requirements are. When I asked Gert, he said he wasn't sure. He was going to check with counsel. I asked him, what are you going to do? Basically, he wasn't sure what he was going to do. But when I spoke to Gavin the other day, I got the feeling they would release it right away.
Okay. Huh. I mean,
it's hard to say.
I mean,
it depends on what the regulatory laws are on that. I don't know.
I think Garrett is playing his card close to his chest once again. I mean, on the shareholder meeting, he was asked a similar question. Once the final event happened, is he, obligated to announce it? And he said he has to check with counsel. I think he already have the answer to that, right? But he's playing the card close to his chest. So we can probably look that up.
Yeah. Oh, congratulations on your BCRX pick. That's turning out to be a really good one.
Yeah, we can go over that.
We will.
Yeah.
I want to talk about definitely BCRX, athx. I want to throw the charts up. They all have nice days today. And CVM, and and MISO and PSTI, they're in the odds race. Don't discount them. It's a three-way race. I don't know who's going to come out on top. I don't know. Maybe is there room for more than one of them? I don't know. I don't know the answer to those questions with respect to athx, MISO, blast, and fluorestem. I said earlier, all three have to be owned.
Yeah.
And fluorestem is doing a phase 2 trial, the FDA approved, and Mesoblast at phase 2/3 trial, which they said they complete in 3 months. That's less time than the estimated 4 months for the athx trial. So it's really a race.
Yeah.
Dr. J, still in ADMA? I am, and I'll probably buy more one of these days when I decide to.
Yeah.
I haven't been on top of things. There's so much. I own too many different stocks. And every time I cut down the wrong one.
Yeah. I got back into.
It seems that way.
Yeah. Not a large position for me.
The reason I'm in all the stocks I'm in is because I kind of like the stocks I'm in. No, you didn't miss the update totally. We're in the process of updating, I guess. But I gave you a good shout out, right, Jake? Didn't I give Godfather Frazier a shout out?
We gave BCRX a quick shout out, but we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, and I definitely gave Godfather a big shout out as being one of the more knowledgeable people on the board.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing deep DD into to BCRX. Yeah. So
in case it crashes, your limit sell order is useless. So
yeah,
don't bother.
So let's wrap up on the CVM thing, right? I mean, if data is bad, like really bad, I mean, your limit order, your sell order is most likely not going to help you out. I mean,
it might even hurt you.
Yeah, it might. Yeah, I mean, once again, if you're unsure or you want to play it safe, I would recommend looking into what a strangle is. It's not cheap, but it's for stocks that can either go 10x or 0. We'll look into a strangle, right? I would say is the responsible thing to do. But
that's nice, Kamal. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh, nice, Jason.
Yeah, we know about that dive to 633, and that's on no news. So you can imagine if the news is bad news.
Yeah, I mean, if news is bad news, it's going to be $1 or $2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So either, in my opinion, okay, I'm going to make a prediction on positive data. If data is positive, like 15, 20%, I think it's going to be around 80.
What if it's 33%?
I'm still sticking with 80.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that the 120, 200 numbers for the buyout, but on positive data, I think around 80.
What could happen is it could run to 120 on a spike and settle back down to 70.
Yeah.
That often happens, that it spikes way above what it settles at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So some people might do well to get out at the top, but how do you know what the top is?
Yeah. Um, yeah, typically
Possible.
on data, I mean, it goes, I would say either half or 60% to what the optimal buyout would be. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so for
Well, the market cap is about what right now? About
500,
600 million,
yeah, five, 600.
600 million, something like that. If it goes to 5 billion, you got your tenfold.
Yeah, so we know that upon very positive data, let's say 20%, fair market rate for at least for a buyout, it's like 6 to 10, right? 8 to 10,
Yeah.
considering whatever market penetration. Um, but the price should spike to 60% or even 70% um, of the buyout rate. I mean, even with Arunia, fair buyout rate 35, 40, without the dry eye thing, right? And during data release, it went up to as close to 25. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you never know. It could actually spike above the buyout. I've
Yeah.
seen that as well.
Yeah, it could happen. It could happen. Yeah. So, anyways, that's my prediction. Um,
BPTH spiked for no reason to $78.
I mean, that
For
was
no reason.
yeah, yeah. Uh,
So
I
you
mean,
never know.
if 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 I'm gonna tell you I'm not nervous, I would be lying. Of course, before any binary event, there's always a rush every day.
Well,
Uh,
you're smart to be nervous, but I'm too stupid to be nervous, so I'm not nervous.
well, it's a qigong thing you do every day. That's what it is.
I'm not nervous. I'm prepared to lose every penny I put into it. I just turn the next page if that happens.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll happen, but I promise it won't bother me.
Well, don't lose every penny. I mean, at least buy some insurance. Okay, you don't have to lose everything.
I don't. At this point, it just seems prohibitively expensive.
Yep. Well, it is expensive. That's all right.
Yeah. So maybe I'll give a little whimper, but that's about it.
I'm like an insurance salesman nowadays. I'm trying to sell everyone on this. Yeah. You'll be good.
Let's see what Dave has to say. David's got a lot to say. Let's see what he's got to say. No, yes, it is. You convinced me that it's a cup and handle. And it's definitely not head and shoulders because the left shoulder was wrong. It's got to be, the left shoulder would have had to be a relative bottom, not a relative top. So it's not a head and shoulder. That alone disqualifies it. Let me show the chart. It's time to go to screen mode.
Yeah. Godfather said he has faith. Gert will stick it to AF. Yeah, I would agree with you, Godfather.
All right, so Snaid and you share the same sentiment, although this is not your first rodeo.
No, it's not. But every time, every data readout is always, it's always the same feeling. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean,
I want to chart you
yeah, go for it. Yeah.
a few things.
While you're pulling that up, I mean, the story behind Adam Fierstein, let's call him that. I remember him, trashing Arunia back in the days as well. I mean, even when phase 2 was obviously, obviously almost perfect, right? Almost perfect. And phase 3 was supposed to be even easier than phase 2. He still trashed it. And I got scared. People got nervous. I still, he'll throw out some vague, something really vague that you can't really disprove yet. Like you don't really understand exactly what his bare thesis is. You know, I mean, the guy is a borderline criminal. Yeah, for CBN.
He's just a hired gun. He's a hired gun, and what he does is legal. And he gets paid. Gets paid well for it. So I know in my mind, but it's legal.
Yeah.
And not only that, the news services, when he tweets something, the news services repeat it like he's a real authority.
Yeah.
That's what annoys me more than anything, that he's got credibility in Reuters and Benzinger and so on. That's what really irritates me.
Yeah, I mean, look at what he did with Gilead. You know, I mean, that was ridiculous. But anyways, yeah.
So the other day, what am I looking at here? 1 day chart. The other day, I wanted it to just close above 14. I thought that was significant. And we got the close above 14. And it looks like this line here is support. So we have strong support at 1375. So, you know, that's pretty good. I think 1375 this time will hold. Didn't hold here, but I think it'll hold. So if it comes back down, this looks like a good place to, if you want to buy more, buy more. 1375, right where I said the last time, right? I'll stick with that number. Is there a rush to buy? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, Dave, do you have a link to your cup and handle that you drew so nicely? I'll show it. Basically, he's got this as being a rounded, basically rounded bottom outside of this little bit here. It's got this as being a rounded bottom. And the problem is the handle went down a little too much. That upsets me. The handle shouldn't have gotten that low. The handle should have stopped right about here, right about that 1375. And that would have reaffirmed, in my mind, that the cup and handle pattern made sense. But now it kind of fell apart by going all the way down to 1222. It's hard to make a case for the handle dropping that much. Usually they don't work out when it drops quite that much. But in CBM's case, anything is possible.
Yeah.
Anything. I don't know if Dave has a link that I could put that chart up. Does he?
You said he drew it.
He has a link. I'll throw it up because he has a beautiful rounded. He approximated that cup and handle pretty good. And the cup and handle is a continuation pattern as a rule. And we certainly were in an uptrend since the 10th of January, with a little consolidation in here. And then we continued on up, a little consolidation really. It didn't do much for quite some time, but it was a clear uptrend. And in fact, the top of the cup was a pretty strong relative high. So yeah, I mean, the only problem I have is I like a better rounded bottom than this. I like a real rounded bottom. You got to throw this little bit out to get that rounded bottom. This part in here.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I mean, you know, but still, I'm not happy with this bigger drop for the handle. In general, I love rounded patterns. I love them as a rule. I've done. In fact, CVM had a cup and handle when early on when it was about 2. I don't know if I can find it. Maybe with 3 or 4. I'd have to go back a ways. Probably can't go back that far. If I go back too far, let's see, maybe I can. Oh, you know, the heck with it. It's not worth debating whether it's a cup and handle or not. It's a nice bullish chart. How's that? We'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
A nice support right at this line.
I think
nice support. Yeah.
As we move forward, I mean, I still think you're going to see some short attacks, but they'll become less and less powerful the further we go along, right?
Well, the fact that it couldn't go, they couldn't get it down below the 50. The buying came in, pretty significant to me. And the 50 is starting to curl up away from the 100. I was worried about it crossing the 100. That would have been a negative sign. But
Yep.
it looks like it's beginning to curl away from. So that's good. I'm happy with the chart.
Some borrow shares has already been returned today.
Yeah.
And I mean, just think about it, right? I mean, if you're short, you know the timeline somewhat for when the binary event is going to happen. So this is basically your last opportunity to have at it, right? But you're not going to hold this. No one.
Look at the heavy volume. Look at the heavy volume on the big collapse day. The shorts had a field party.
Yeah.
Day traders had a field party. And notice the volume has been decreasing. Now today's volume was the lowest of the week. So the shorts kind of gave it up today.
I mean, think about it. Even if you think that multi-kind most likely will fail, like, let's say that's what you think, right? Holding a short position through that binary is crazy because you not only lose your initial investment, you can essentially own the brokerage 8 times, right? What you can potentially gain. I mean, it's just lunatic to hold a short position through that binary.
The only way they hold a short position is with puts.
Yeah, would put exactly. Yeah, naked short.
That's another reason why the price is so high at the puts.
Yeah,
the shorts.
Yeah, I mean, calls are very high too. I mean, premium for both. Just I mean, if you notice what happened on the day that they announced 298, premium for both sides went up just through the roof, but the stock price went down because of the short attack.
I'm very thrilled with BCRX breaking through the old home.
Is that you or me?
That's my phone. It's somebody wants to sell me a car insurance or something. 40%. Good safe drivers save 40%.
Yeah.
Something like that. What they really want to sell me is insurance that my car don't break down. Apparently, that's one of the big scams. So you got to fix your car. They get a lot of money for it, and you never see a dime.
Yeah. Kind of like stock insurance.
Yeah. So look, it broke through. It broke through the old high here, and
Oh,
it
you're looking at
closed above.
BCRX?
Yeah, beautiful close,
Oh,
beautiful green candle. My
fantastic.
feeling is, if it pulls back at all, I'm buying more. Pull back to this 4 and a quarter area. I'm jumping in.
Yeah.
I feel I did not buy enough of this, and
Well,
I will add on any
well,
opportunity.
let's have a reminder for what BCRX is, right? And what we have moving forward. Got
Go
add in
ahead.
some data points here. He's like the guru at BioTechs. Um, but essentially, in my opinion, is the best alternative to remdesivir, right? I mean, similar mechanics, but you can take it orally. It's less toxic, so you can take more of it with antivirals. Typically you take more gets done, right? You kill more viruses. So what happened today, I think, for the price action is, yeah, I mean, Dr. Grayson is going to be on 60 Minutes this Sunday. He's supporter
Uh-huh.
of BCRX, of Glandisivir in particular. Um, so people are, I mean, buying in anticipation of her mentioning the stock or the drug on 60 Minute. I don't know.
Right.
I hope that she does. That is somewhat of a risk, but even without the 60 Minutes, I mean, BCRX, I was already in it before because of the drug they have going to PDUFA later this year. I mean, successful.
Everybody wants to call Dr. J, apparently.
You're a popular guy. Yeah.
Popular guy.
Yeah. And I was saying, without the coronavirus play, I mean, it still can potentially be an $8 to $10 stock. But with Gladisivir, remember, oral form of remdesivir, essentially, right? Less toxic. I mean, if that's successful, like, I don't even know what the stock price would be. That's huge.
Yeah.
Remdesivir added $30 billion to Gilead market cap, and biotechs right now, I think, Godfather, what is it? It's like 500 mil, 600 mil. No, I
So
mean, it's not.
this market cap could do this could do the same thing in effect that CVM could do. It could go up tenfold easily.
It could. Now, I don't know, right? I mean, this Sunday, let's say she doesn't mention Gladisivir on the interview. I mean, it could take a little dip in the short term. If she does, it's just going up. Um, so I don't know, right? I mean, short term is gonna up and down, probably positive trend line, but according to Godfather, he also thinks that we're gonna hear something about the Brazil trial for Gladisivir any day now. And if it's positive,
Interim results.
good. So
That would be a shot in the arm, especially if they're good.
yeah, especially if it was good. I mean, like, it will be crazy. Once positive news come out. So
Just breaking this old high with this big green candle, this could easily double to $8, easily. With the news, if that is mentioned on Sunday on 60 Minutes, $8 could happen on Monday.
yeah, if Grayson mentioned this, and I don't even know if she can, right? But even if she say something about we have an oral alternative, right? You know what she's talking about. It should go up.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's look at. So we're both very high on this. It's just that Dr. J did not buy enough of it, but that's my own fault. Um, let's see, athx, right? 284 up 8% on the day. Not bad. And are they going to? Are they the clear-cut winners of the odds race? I don't know. I missed most of the conference call. I listened to bits and pieces, but I did not listen to the whole 47 minutes. So it's unclear to me certain things that I might have picked up or not. I know that guy, Jason Colbert, was asking questions. He's like the opposite of AF. He's a athx shill, Jason Colbert.
Really?
The analyst for, I think he's the analyst for, well, he moved over from wherever he was to another company. But that's okay. We don't mind athx shills. What we do mind is the AFs of the world, the hired hitters for the Bears.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's a hired hitter, Jason Colbert. He believes in the product. I believe that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you should chart ljpc too. We should talk about that one. So.
yeah, well, it's moving further and further away. It's going parabolic. Looks like it's beginning to start to go parabolic. It's moving further away from its trend line. Nice move up. Will it get to $4 again? I don't know. If it takes this out, if it takes out close above 359, I guess we're going to $4 plus. I think all of them are going to go up. All of them will rise until a clear winner is declared. Now, the clear winner is not necessarily the one that's approved first. Mesoblast could get approved before athx, yet athx proved more efficacious, or the other way around. So I think there's a lot of confusion in this odds race, and is there room for more than one winner? I don't know. So again, despite that, the biggie is not COVID-19 the odds. The biggie is ischemic stroke. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting that it's popping. It's popping for I don't think the right reason, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Not saying it's not important. It certainly is important. But this is a very key level. Look, it's right halfway in the body of that green candle, and it made a high there. This 359, it gets up there. I think we're going to see new highs before this odds race is over. You're looking at 3 to 4 months or more before the winner is declared. That's how I see it. All right. La Jolla, you want to look at?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they basically the comment is talking about, and I mean, full disclosure, I'm no longer in La Jolla since last week. But yeah, I mean, Tane made an offer on Tetraface. It came out of nowhere, essentially. I don't know why.
So they bought Tetraphase.
No, they made an offer. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I don't know too much about the deal, but obviously, the cash position, if the deal goes through, is going to be lower. So dilution risk is going to be, in the minds of the shareholders. I don't think they will dilute, since the sales is going up, revenue is going up so quickly. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about the acquisition offer.
It's still holding its trend line. It did go out of the Zoom channel, so it's assuming slower growth than if it had been in here. Look at the slope it had been going up at an incredible slope, which was impossible to maintain. Now the slope of this trend line is more realistic, more like a 45-degree angle. This is more like a 60-degree angle. Ridiculous. So this is more normal. Better. If it follows this trend line up, I mean, it's going to continue to do this. It's a winner. Whatever it is, it's buoying it up seems to be working.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe you rush to get out of it. Like I make these mistakes all the time.
I'm going to get back in to La Jolla. I mean, at the very least for the PRV, it's going to happen whenever it happens. So I don't know. I'm just waiting for a better opportunity.
By the way, Spike is in PRLB. What do you call it? They make masks out of printers. You know, they print the mask, the three-dimensional printers, whatever they're called.
Yeah, 3D.
I think that's what 3D printers. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's in that company, and they're making masks, and he's doing well with that. But now he bought DDD, a similar company, bad earnings. So I know they collapsed, and he bought that today. I just thought I'd pass that on. Not that he's telling me to, but he's been on a little bit of a hot roll lately. So
nice, good for him.
Yeah. What else did I advertise? Amazon, not doing much because everybody's convinced that the virus is over, so no need to buy Amazon, right? That's not, of course, not really true.
Yeah.
Not really true at all. Even though it's been weak, relatively speaking, weak compared to say Apple and some of the others, it's still following that upward trend line. So I'm not unhappy. I'm a little unhappy that it's not back above 2,400, but I'm not thinking of selling it. It closed back above the trend line. 2 days in a row, actually, back above the trend line. So I'm not unhappy. Slow growth, but I'll take it. As long as I get this trend line growth, I'm happy. And the Dow is laggard compared to the Qs, but I think it will start to catch up. We're in a bull market, yet the economy sucks. So go figure. You know, there's a difference huge difference between Wall Street and Main Street, with unemployment rising and so on. Of course, it might equal out down the road, but for now, the market is zooming, and I won't even bother charting the Dow because it's very positive. So we're going to wrap it up now.
Yeah, let me answer this question from Dave. He asked me actually before. You know, I think so. Knowing what multi-kind is just putting the immunotherapy part at the beginning of the treatment, right? So you're essentially still doing, you know, the chemo. You still, you know, perhaps taking other drugs afterward. So I think it's essentially it's a new technology, right? I mean, doing using your immune system to fight off or to detect the tumor, and then doing all the other stuff.
Let me interrupt. You're absolutely right. It will not be taken away from any other manufacturer. It will not be taken away from standard of care. This is addition to standard of care.
Yeah.
Replaces nothing.
Yeah.
So big pharma is not going to be upset by it, if that's what he's thinking.
Yeah. I couldn't find one that would be upset by it. And for what it's worth, it's a phenomenal buyout candidate, right? For any big pharma that has.
Linda, I don't think so. I think CVM will not become standard of care. Maybe become standard of care together with the current standard of care.
Yeah.
But not by itself.
Yeah.
If that's what you mean.
Yeah. So CVM is in addition to all the other stuff.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Totally. All right, so let's say goodnight all, and thank you for coming. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, AGB. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Godfather. Thank you, Cabinet Guy. Thank you, everybody. Good to see everybody. Good to see you, Jay. And I'll see you next week, Jake. Hopefully back in Austin, Texas.
Soon. End of the month, we'll be back.
Yeah. Okay, good night, everybody. And don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to give me that thumbs up. Give Jake, if you don't like me, give Jake 2 thumbs up instead. Take care, guys.
Everyone likes Dr. J.
We love them all, right? Right, Jake? There
Yeah.
isn't anybody we don't love that follows us.
Well, apparently you don't like Dave from Carmel. You told me, hey, to get out of the show.
No, that was Mark pulling his leg. They're friends, I bet.
Yeah.
All righty. Good night, everybody.
See you later. Ciao.
Yeah. Ciao.